Tantrums, backtalk, refusing to listen, sound familiar? If you're watching this, you know those moments well. But what if I told you that every time your child acts out, they're actually trying to communicate a need? It's true. Kids don't have the same emotional regulation skills that we do, so they act out. It's our job as parents to figure out what's going on beneath the behavior, and that's what we're diving into today. Let's start with the basics. Think of your child's behavior like a house. If the foundation is shaky, everything else will crumble. The foundation of a child's emotional well-being is their basic needs: hunger, sleep, and a sense of safety and security. A hungry child is a grumpy child. When blood sugar drops, it impacts their ability to think clearly and manage their emotions. The same goes for sleep. Ever notice how much shorter your fuse is when you're running on fumes? Kids are no different. Overstimulation is another big one. Imagine being bombarded with sights, sounds, and sensations all day long. So, what's the solution? Routine, routine, routine. Consistent meal times, nap times, and quiet time help regulate their bodies and emotions. And one more thing. Don't underestimate the power of a good snuggle. Physical touch releases oxytocin, the feel-good hormone. Have you ever noticed that your child seems to act out more when you're busy? It's not a coincidence. Kids crave attention. They don't always care if it's positive or negative attention. If you're on a phone call and your child starts acting up, what do? You probably stop what you're doing and address their behavior. To your child, that's still attention. They've learned that acting out gets them what they want, your focus. So, how do we break this cycle? By filling their attention buckets before they're running on empty. Make a conscious effort to give your child positive attention throughout the day. Put down your phone, make eye contact, and engage with them in a meaningful way. When you proactively fill their attention needs, you'll find that they're less likely to seek it out in negative ways. When kids test boundaries, they're not actually trying to drive you crazy. They're little scientists, constantly experimenting with the world around them. Testing boundaries is their way of figuring out where the lines are, what's acceptable, and how far they can push. It's a normal, healthy part of development. The key is to set clear, consistent boundaries that make sense for your family. And when they inevitably test those boundaries, respond with calm, firm consequences. The key here is consistency. If you give in sometimes and hold firm other times, it just confuses them and makes the boundary testing worse. Think of consequences as natural outcomes. For example, if your child refuses to put on their shoes, you might say, "That's okay, but we can't leave the house without shoes." Over time, this consistency will help them internalize the boundaries and make better choices on their own. Imagine this. You're frustrated because your plans fell through. But instead of being able to say, "I'm so frustrated, this is so unfair," you're only able to scream, cry, or throw something. That's what it's like to be a young child. They haven't developed the language or emotional regulation skills to express their big feelings in healthy ways. So what do? They act out, they have tantrums, they lash out. It's their way of communicating, "I'm feeling overwhelmed, help me." Our job as parents is to help them translate those big feelings into words. Start by teaching them simple phrases like, "I'm mad, I'm sad," or "I need a break." Just as important as teaching them to label their emotions is validating them. Instead of saying, "Don't be sad," try, "I see you're feeling sad. It's okay to feel sad. I'm here for you." When we validate our children's emotions, we're not condoning their behavior. We're simply acknowledging their feelings, which is the first step in helping them learn to manage them effectively. Remember, all feelings are welcome, even the messy ones. It's what we do with those feelings that matters. Ever feel like your child is a detective searching for clues to a meltdown? Sometimes the clues are hidden in plain sight. Too many choices, too much noise, or sudden transitions. Think about it. We walk into a store and they're bombarded with brightly colored toys, loud music, and crowds of people. Then we abruptly tell them it's time to go. It's no wonder they melt down. Their little systems are in overdrive. The same goes for too many choices. We think we're being helpful by offering options, but it can actually backfire. Do you want to wear your blue shirt or your red shirt? Seems simple enough. But for a child who's already feeling overwhelmed, even that small decision can feel monumental. So, how do we create a sense of calm amidst the chaos? First, be mindful of their environment. If you know loud, crowded places are a trigger, try to avoid them when possible. Second, limit choices. Instead of offering a buffet of options, narrow it down. It's time to get dressed. Do you want to wear your dinosaur shirt or your truck shirt? Finally, create calming rituals. This could be a special song you sing before leaving the house, a few minutes of quiet time with a favorite book, or even just a long hug. Let's talk about regulating our own emotions. Our kids are watching us. They're like little emotional sponges. If we yell, they learn to yell. But if we stay calm, we model patience. Staying calm is hard. It's okay to feel your own feelings. Take a moment to pause. Take a deep breath. Step away if needed. Regulate your emotions first. Apologize if you lose your cool. Use it as a learning opportunity. Mommy got frustrated and yelled. That wasn't a good choice. I'll try to stay calmer next time. Model healthy emotional regulation. That's a superpower worth having. Imagine this. You're upset about something and you just need someone to listen. But instead of offering comfort or understanding, the person you turn to says, "Stop whining," or "You're being ridiculous." How would that make you feel? Probably not heard or validated, right? It's the same for our kids. When we jump straight to correcting their behavior without acknowledging their feelings, we're sending the message that their emotions are invalid or unimportant. So how do we acknowledge their feelings while still setting limits? It's all about shifting our language. Instead of saying, "Stop crying," try, "I see you're feeling really sad right now. It's okay to cry. I'm here for you." Instead of, "Don't be angry," say, "I understand that you're feeling angry. It's okay to feel angry, but it's not okay to hit." Let's find a safer way to express your anger. By acknowledging their feelings first, we're creating a space of safety and understanding. Once they feel heard and validated, they're much more likely to cooperate and work with us to find solutions. Let's face it, nobody likes to be told what to do all the time, especially kids. When we give constant commands, it can lead to power struggles, resistance, and a whole lot of frustration for everyone involved. But here's the good news. There's a simple shift we can make that can dramatically change the dynamic. Instead of giving commands, offer choices. This might seem like a small tweak, but it's incredibly powerful. Why? Because choices give children a sense of control and autonomy. Instead of saying, "Eat your vegetables," try, "Do you want carrots or broccoli with your dinner?" Instead of, "Clean up your toys now," say, "Do you want to clean up the blocks or the cars first?" Notice how these phrases still set limits and expectations. They're not giving the child free rein to do whatever they want, but by offering choices within those limits, we're giving them a sense of ownership and agency. And here's a bonus tip. Phrase the choices in a way that makes it a win-win situation. For example, instead of, "Do you want to take a bath now or in 5 minutes?" Try, "Do you want to take a bath with the rubber duckies or the boats?" Imagine this. You're in a stressful situation and someone criticizes you. You'd feel defensive, right? Now imagine they approach with empathy. They offer a listening ear or a comforting hug. Feel the difference? It's the same for our kids. During meltdowns, they need connection first, not logic or lectures. Pause, connect, then address behavior. Wouldn't it be amazing if our kids came with a built-in pause button? While we can't give them a physical button, we can give them something even better: the tools and strategies they need to regulate their own emotions. One of the most effective tools I teach parents is the calm down strategy. This is a simple yet powerful technique that you can start using with your child today. First, create a designated calm down space. This doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could be a cozy corner in their room, a comfy chair, or even just a special spot on the floor. The key is that it's a safe, quiet, and comforting space where they can go to de-escalate. Next, fill the space with calming sensory items. Think soft blankets, squishy pillows, fidget toys, calming essential oils, or even a jar filled with glitter that they can shake and watch settle. These sensory tools provide a healthy outlet for their energy and help to soothe their nervous systems. Once you've created the space, teach your child how to use it. Explain that whenever they're feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, or angry, they can go to their calm down space to take deep breaths, relax their bodies, and use their sensory tools to help them feel better. As we wrap up, remember this. Parenting is not about perfection. It's about progress, connection, and showing up for our kids with empathy and understanding. The next time your child is acting out, take a deep breath and remember that their behavior is a form of communication. They're trying to tell you something. By staying calm, setting clear boundaries, and connecting before you correct, you can turn those challenging moments into opportunities for growth, connection, and emotional intelligence. Which strategy resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more parenting tips and tricks. Until next time, remember, you're doing a great job.